Hare Krishna, I welcome all of you to this Panchamahabhuta Shuddhi session. And before we begin about the content of this class, workshop, practice part, let's see actually what gave rise to this concept. Um, I have been teaching at Govardhan School of Yoga at Govardhan Eco Village. I'm sure many of you might have heard about it or you've personally visited. And being a yoga teacher, we had a lot of devotees, yogis from different realms who are practicing meditation. They all struggled with physical health issues. Emotional struggles were also there, which spoke through their bodies, sometimes in pain and aches, and also kind of anxiety or mentally scattered thoughts during their meditation. So since 10 years, I have been observing this pattern. I'm seeing that how yoga practices, not just something on the mat, but something off the mat and something which is even more deeper and subtle beyond the physical movements that we usually are aware in yoga. So I realized that we need to have something compact for sure, because the whole process, especially if you are a 16 rounder, the whole process itself takes around 2.5 hours, along with your work and other services. So it is definitely very challenging to incorporate the entire session. See, a disclaimer here, if you are able to do that, nothing like it, really good. But then this is a tried and tested kind of on our participants, quick workshops that we did. And this was not a formal kind of structure we had given before, but it was a random flow that we usually followed in our classes. And then we realized that such a short practice is also making a deep impact. People are feeling mentally clear. They are feeling a little bit strong with their joints and are able to sit properly for their japa. So no matter you are beginning your journey around mantra meditation, or you like to meditate, you want to ground yourself, you want to cleanse your mind, your emotions before you start your meditation, or even a mantra meditation for that matter, then this compact practice, which does not take more than 15 minutes, will really be very helpful. So I will repeat this again at the end, but I'm saying this also now, that although today's class will first focus on the theory part and we will go to the practice at the end of the session, we will also share with you the kind of practice card that will give you a bird's eye view on the practice, because you might not want to go through exhaustively whole recording just to kind of remember again the 15 minutes practice. So we will share some picture practice card on the group, on our community. So please, if you're not part of it, link will be posted. Do join that community so that you'll get regular updates on sessions like this, and also this practice card that I'm talking about. So this was the need and essential inspiration behind designing this small and smart sequence, and having holistically studying around naturopathy, Ayurveda, yoga. We all are aware that we are made up of these 5 elements, right? Panchamahabhut, and Ayurveda, naturopathy also says the same thing, that whenever there is an imbalance between these elements, our body will experience some dis-ease. Dis-ease means when body is not at ease, and this dis-ease can be nominal pain, aches, discomfort, or to some mental conditions as well. So this sequence is designed to energetically and physically and mentally align these 5 elements in the body. And then the whole practice of mantra meditation can be so deep. So as we embark on this profound inner journey to purify the 5 great elements within us, that is Prithvi, Jal, then we have fire, that is Agni, Vayu, Akash, to cultivate a vessel for the divine vibrations of the mantra that we are chanting. So I'm sure all of us somewhere or the other struggle with our chanting, although we have that sense of accountability. but still sometimes the body doesn't support, or emotions are disrupted, or mind is here and there scattered. So through this session, our aim is to deepen our connection, enhance our focus, and experience profound inner peace. That the chanting is happening really nice. And on that note, let us offer this entire practice today, as a devotional offering. So we'll already surrender in the beginning as well. So what our entire practice consists of, let's for next few minutes, I would focus on the theoretical part. If you want, please make down notes. Just write down few points, important points, because then if you are convinced, you will write down the notes, you will understand it with deeper clarity, you will be more consistent with your practice. That is really essential. So our entire practice consists of Anga Shuddhi, purification of the physical body; Prana Shuddhi, balancing the prana in the body; Chakra Swashan. So we have energy centers in the body which are connected to our physical, emotional, and mental health. So we will also touch base on Chakra Swashan and Sankalp. Sankalp are the positive kind of affirmation which are very anukul for the whole practice. And this all happens in and around 15 minutes of time. So let's understand the theory part first. On each of these steps, we will go tattva wise. We will go from Prithvi to Akash and Sankalp. So we'll go that way because that's how we should be ideally working on our elements, by starting with grounding, right? So it feels very safe when we are connected with Mother Earth, and that's why we start with this element. So Anga Shuddhi, the purification of the body, we start with Prithvi Tattva purification. So here we start with centering practice, standing, grounding in Tadasana. And then we put our body weight to different areas, which I will guide you when we actually do the practice. And thus we bring grounding to our existence. Just by doing this, every practice, there are a lot of benefits, even scientifically. Okay, so the whole class that I'm going to share, the theory part, I will try to speak about the actual physical benefits to the body and mind, along with the pranic benefits on some chakras that we touch base, or some vayus that are aligned in the body through these practices. We'll try to combine this approach a lot, so that I will hope that I'll serve both the audiences, for those who align logically more to the practice part, or somebody who likes to know more about chakras and pranas. Both are equally benefited through everything. So what does this centering practice does to us? On a physical level, it enhances our postural stability, strengthen the muscles of the feet and legs, improves our ability to balance. And as we sit for any meditation for longer time, this preparation can help us to release tension in the ankles and feet, basically, contributing to overall posture and alignment. And what happens energetically? We impact on this one chakra, which is also the earth element connected to it, Muladhara, the root chakra, right? So when we are in this Tadasana and centering ourselves, I'll show you the practice later. So when we are centering ourselves with an effort, we are actually strongly anchoring our energy downward to the Apana Vayu, or to the Muladhara chakra. And this can bring sense of security and presence in the present moment. And if our thoughts are too scattered, or we are feeling restless with our mind, we can cultivate presence. We can reduce our mental agitation. And basically, this practice will ground our awareness in now. Very crucial for reducing anxiety and mental chatter that keeps on happening during meditation. Just you can kind of resonate here, or say yes, or put in a chat box. We are in the, sometimes we are chanting verbally or sitting for a meditation, but we are either in the past, sad about something, that this should have been this way, or oh, she or he said that to me, or we are in the future anxious around how things will go now if there's some situation. Do you all go between the states? Either you are in the past or you're in the future suddenly, and you realize that's very late, that am I even chanting? Right? Either you are in the past. The future challenge is real for all of us, right? But these practices can help us to mitigate through these challenges for sure, right? So grounding our energy at Muladhar quickly, really important before meditation. Any kind of meditation requires grounding. Imagine a state where you are here and there, you're anxious already, you did not sleep well, and then you're like, okay, you took your japa mala, you took your bead bag, or you're sitting for a meditation. Do you think you'll achieve that grounding? No. But then this is a very nice way, systematic, scientific way to achieve grounding, right? So after grounding, the first step, we go to the second tattva, which is jala tattva, the water element purification. Now tell me, what does water like? What will happen if the water does not flow, right? Becomes stagnant, which is not useful for us. So even in our bodies, this tattva, what is it like within the body? It likes to cultivate fluidity, adaptability, emotional ease, and loves natural and graceful flow. And to achieve this, we slowly now transition from the rooted stability of earth that we have achieved. So we were rooted, connecting with Prithvi, but now this phase we move and we introduce a series of fluid movements. So these are like some of the warm-ups in yoga, but warm-ups is a like an English name, but in Sanskrit it works more on the energetic body. It is called as Sukshma Kriya or Sukshma Vyayam sometimes. Sukshma means subtle. So you see, even in yoga texts, this it's not just referred to as arm movements, shoulder movements. They are called as Sukshma Vyayam. So it impacts our energetic body along with benefiting our joints, of course. So we are creating this series of fluid movements, and precisely this includes, we'll go through the practice at the end. Precisely this includes sweeping our arms, stretching them up, gentle side bends, spinal twist with some twist and variation that I'll show you. Then basically very similar to what we do, like Tadasan, Ardha Chandrasan, Kati Chakrasan, and then seated windshield viper. This is the modern name to it because it looks like that. This is the variation of the Titli Asan or Baddha Konasan, the butterfly that we do in sitting. It's a variation of that. And all these movements are helping us to, uh, you know, release the tension from our upper body, chest, hips, and lower back and legs. So this is very important, especially when we choose to sit stable for a longer time. We should also learn the art of sitting straight. Let's say, even if you can keep the bolster down, that is also fine, but it should feel safe and comfortable for the body. I know that in our tradition, walking meditation is also allowed. That's fine. But trust me, the quality of your meditation, I humbly feel this as a yogi. I'm sorry, I should not say like that. As a yogi, I would not say that. But as a yoga practitioner, I always feel nice, safe, and more connecting with the divine sound when I'm sitting at one place. The moment I start walking and chant, or I'm talking and chanting, or I'm just distracting myself, I don't consider that round, honestly. I don't feel. See, I have a long way to go. I'm sure there are many of you who've been chanting since many years. So please offer my, humble obeisances. But I personally resonate with chanting, which is done with more grounding and peace, not while walking or moving a lot. So when you move, the stretchings and movements that you will do, it will give you strength to your body to sit stable at one place. This is what every scripture around meditation says. We have to achieve some stability of our physical body before entering into meditation. See, we are very fortunate because of Prabhupada. We directly got this divine highest consciousness. But it's nice. Just imagine if you've already got so much easily and nicely, we can work a little bit more hard with our body, this vessel, to actually make the whole different impact of our chanting, which is more nicer. We can connect more, we can ground more. So it's very important. So we will emphasize in this phase 2 of Jala Tattva, we emphasize on the continuous mindful motion, often synchronized with the breath as well, properly. Okay. And what this sequence will do now, there are particular counts that will follow. Of course, we will respect our body today. Everybody might be from different backgrounds, so we will not force the rounds. We will see how it goes together. I'll give you some prescription like thing, which you can slowly progress and reach at. Now, this sequence, what it does, it dramatically improves overall flexibility of your whole body, joint mobility, especially in spine, hips, and shoulders. This allows us to kind of sit properly for a longer time and will improve the range of motion. It releases muscular tension. And I mean, especially if you're waking up in the morning, the body is very stiff. Or if you are working throughout the day on your laptops, you have to use gadgets where your posture is always like this, closed. So these practices will also help us to kind of relax the tension in the shoulders, open the chest, and slowly you will see that your posture overall will change if you regularly do these practices on daily basis, right? It promotes better blood circulation, enhances lubrication of joints, and overall, when you do this, you will feel ease and lightness in the body. This is one of the main criterias before meditation. Actually, lot of aspiring yogis come here to become yoga teachers at Govardhan Eco Village. But we tell them that, look, as per scriptures also, as per Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Giranda Samhita, these are all yogic scriptures. They also speak that the highest is meditation. Yeah, dhyan, dharana, dhyan. They have the stages. But what is asana then? Asana is like a preparation for it. So why we do different, get into different shapes and forms, so that we feel lightness and ease with the body when we sit for meditation. So we'll achieve that. We'll try to achieve that with a shorter practice as well. And that's possible for sure. And some of the deep mental benefits of these movements are also there. It calms the nervous system. It releases emotional and mental stress that is stored in the body. Remember that our body keeps all the scores. Any stress, chronic stress, trauma, um, or you have been struggling with some emotional issues, everything impacts the body. Moving the body can help to release that suppressed emotion as well. So moving freely and flowing also has mental connection. It reduces mental rigidity and promotes more flexible and harmonious state of mind, preparing it for more subtle vibrations of mantra. Obviously, that's the goal, right? To hear the mantra, to feel the mantra. So this is where it deeply helps us, right? And then after this, we move to a next tattva, which is also very important. If grounding is important, through earth element, through water element, at the same time, we also need some power. We need discipline, we need consistency for all the actions that we are describing. And for that, we need to activate our Agni Tattva. So see how beautifully it's all amalgamated. We need all of this for a good or a very powerful experience around meditation. We need grounding, we need little bit lightness in the body. At the same time, we need the desire, we need that fire that I want to chant. And this happens when we bring purification and cleansing. And fire element has that, right? So then we do a powerful breath work. We will come to pranayama, which I'll explain when we are doing the practice part. And we set an intention. That is most important part. Maybe for those who are into yoga and pranayama practices, you already know this, maybe. But intention setting before this practice is going to be a game changer for our whole flow of Panchamahabhuta Shuddhi. So this powerful breath work ignites our inner fire, Agni. Yeah. And what does Agni do? It burns away purities and facilitates emotional release as well, right? So it helps in clearing the intention, uh, any negative thoughts we've had, or we've been storing some suppressed emotion, fear, sadness. It helps in releasing that as well. At the same time, it strengthens your diaphragm, the breathing muscle below your chest. And the main respiratory muscles of the body are trained, because you see, I remember initially, even as a yoga practitioner, just chanting would make me feel so tired, like from here. I don't know how. Just put a yes in the chat box if you resonate. That sometimes just chanting itself is, oh, at least initially, I felt that. Although I was practicing pranayama, I did feel sometimes that, oh, I need a break or I need to stop. So it's so beneficial that we have to also work on strengthening the capacity of our lungs, and we have to work on these muscles that are involved in breathing or chanting. And this practice will address that. At the same time, doing several rounds of this will also address release. We'll set an intention around release. So very important. It awakens the prana in the body. When we do some dynamic breath like this, like connected to fire element, it increases the flow of prana shakti in the body, energizing us. See, one common issue that many of us face, humbly we have to admit it, is feeling very sleepy during chanting. So only grounding and flowing is not a complete approach. We need to also energize ourselves, right? We need energy. We need to be awake. We need to shed off that lethargicness from the body. So it increases the prana shakti in the body, and it stimulates your Manipur chakra. Yeah, Manipur chakra is the center of power, fire, and this whole practice intensifies our tejas and ojas, the vitality and radiance. Right? This practice will release lethargy from the body, mental fog that we carry sometimes, and a powerful tool, as I mentioned, to release anything energetically, emotionally, mentally, and very important benefit. If we struggle with consistency around chanting, or we are new to this meditation and we still can't chant certain numbers of round, or we can't meditate at all, then this practice will also help us to cultivate willpower, determination, and courage to be consistent in what we are doing, right? So as we know, fire element really helps, intensely purifies through heat generation, purification, and transformation. And we all are going to do in a very balanced way. So I know many of you might have this question, which we'll take up at the end. I'm Pitta Prakriti, or I'm this Prakriti. Should I do it or not? So I'll address all of this towards the end in Q&A if you have. Right now, this sequence is very safe. No matter what Prakriti you have, we are balancing all 5 elements. Do you know how our Prakritis are made? Combination of 2 elements, right? Water and earth elements become your kapha. So in that way, we have our 2 elements combining together and becoming one dosha, right? So what dosha you are. So we are balancing 5 elements, which are actually a base for all the doshas. So we have thought about everything very nicely. We are not bringing any imbalance in any of the things. However, at the end, if you still have questions around your health condition, we'll open up the forum for some time, and I will try my best to address it as per my knowledge. Okay. So that's your fire element. And then comes very important. We don't want to just stay in the fire mode. It's a mode of passion at the end of the day, being in that fiery state, ambition, doing it, doing it, doing it. No, but I also want to be in the being state, right? I just want to be doing. Fire means doing action, but we also want to calm this fire. We just want the fire to help us to take an action. But then we can't be just balancing our mind with that element. We need to balance deeply now even our next prana, which is Vayu Tattva or air element, right, in the body. So that is also beautiful follow-up after Bhastrika, or the breath work that I was mentioning around fire breath. So when you do the fire element breathing, we need to also do something calming, which stimulates our parasympathetic nervous system. The previous practice of fire element, sorry, somebody is loading whiteboard. I'm not sure. Can I have the admin to please sort this out? Maybe not have this rights. Yes. It's Govardhan Eco Village sharing some whiteboard. No, I'm not sharing anything. I don't know who else is doing that. Yeah. Okay. So thank you. Right. So coming to now, what happens? Sorry, I was saying about fire element breathing. It activates our sympathetic nervous system, which is a state of more action. But we don't want to be in that state for long. That's not useful for our balance of body and mind. So we also want to commit the states of parasympathetic nervous system, which is more rest, relax, and digest, a good state for meditation. So balancing these two energies, we come to the next breath work, the air element. We already know this breath work, Nadi Shodhan, and I'll tell you how many rounds and how to do it. So what is Nadi Shodhan? See, the name itself says Nadi Shodhan, purifies the nadis through which prana travels. So it harmonizes our Ida and Pingala, which is connected to our feminine and masculine energy, or sun and moon, hot and cold. One is calming, and one is energizing. So it brings balance between two states. That's what we want in meditation. We want to chant with enthusiasm, at the same time, not be distracted and calm. So this requires the balance between Ida and Pingala Nadi, which happens through Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. Okay. And this leads to the balanced and unobstructed flow. If we do this regularly, our Sushumna Nadi becomes active, which is very important for advanced meditative states. Let's not dream about it right now. It requires a lot of dedicated practice, but still there's a scope. There's a hope, there's a scope that we can activate our Sushumna Nadi, which is very crucial for advanced meditative states. And it effectively clears subtle energetic blockages from the body as well. This breathwork brings deep, calming states and grounding. It reduces anxiety, mental agitation, and stress. It gives us more mental clarity and effectively prepares us for deep meditation by balancing both our logical and intuitive faculties in the mind, right? So we know that how the air element, or Vayu Tattva, brings stability to breath and mind both. So this is the impact of our Vayu Tattva. And then we'll go to the next breath, which is, sorry, not the breath, the next tattva, which is Akash Tattva, the ether element, right? Now, this practice directly purifies and actually integrates all the 5 elements, especially the next practice is called as Chakra Swashan. Chakra Swashan. I don't know how many of you have done this before or not. This is very important practice because, as I said, every energy center, the chakras that we have in the body, the energetic centers, are connected with our physical organs, our emotions, our endocrine systems. The glands are exactly where our chakras are. So there's a little bit of scientific connection as well. And also our mental states. We know that how hormones impact our emotions and mind and physical health. Same way, the chakras are exactly where we have important glands in the body. So just doing a subtle pranic practice of Chakra Swashan Sanchalan, which I'll share again in the practice. This is very important to kind of create the openness and the space that we have in the spinal column for this energy to flow, right? And after this, when we are situated at a platform where we have kind of put an effort to balance this 5 tattvas in the body, and then time comes, time comes when we actually get into our very important principle. We have purified our physical body, balanced our energetic system, we have calmed our mind through Panchamahabhuta Shuddhi practice. Now our inner temple, that is body, is prepared, expansive and open, right? Now what we will do the next step, the last step, I would say, we will take some Anukulya Sankalp, yeah, positive results that aligns us with our deepest devotional purpose, right? So please feel free to make your own, but I just have still ready made for you, like in case if you like it. This focuses around your dharana, bhava and bhakti. So focus, emotional connection in chanting, and transformative power. So this three sankalps, as it is, if you want, you can repeat them after, while doing this chakra swashan also you can repeat it, or afterwards. My mind is fully absorbed in the divine sounds of the mantra. This is regarding dharana sankalp. Then the bhava sankalp. I feel profound joy and inner peace with each syllable of Mahamantra, that is bhava. And bhakti. This mantra purifies my heart and deepens my connection to the divine. Right? So this is where you can beautifully, now imagine if you already take this sankalp, definitely when you take sankalp for any activity, the activity is going to be really, really, not the activity, the chanting is going to definitely enhance a lot. Yes, yes, Anadi Mataji, right away. Sorry, Prabhu Mata, I didn't realize, sorry. Adi and Shuman. Okay. Yes, yes. We are doing it right away. Now is the time where we will show you the practice of how we go through the each element. So I will just need quickly few seconds as I'm going to change my setup now. Quickly, I just have to take my laptop away and so that you can see me in the standing pose. All of you feel free to practice with me now. Okay. So first activities, if you have mat, very good. That is advisable to do it on the mat, some of the practices. If not, it's okay. We'll not give much emphasis on the mat right now. So just give me a moment. I'm going to quickly adjust my angle. Even you can prepare if you want your space for this practice. Okay, great. I'm ready from my side. So let's begin. We start with some grounding, remember, for Prithvi Tattva. So come to a standing pose for this. And take hip width apart distance. Now, anybody who has vertigo, epilepsy, don't close your eyes. You can keep your eyes open. Or right now, you're not sure about any contraindications, you have major health issues. Wait, just watch and see what feels safe. At the end, we'll discuss the modifications, if any. So if you have vertigo, epilepsy, this is not the right practice for you with eyes closed. Others, you can stand and close your eyes. And quickly we'll do centering and grounding for Prithvi Tattva. So try to feel your feet on the ground, on the mat. And slowly now tilt forward. Tilt forward. Try to bring your body weight on your toes. So you're not folding, okay? You're just tilting forward like this. I'll show from the side angle as well. So you see my body straight, I'm just tilting forward. Feel the weight of your toes here. Now lean back. Lean back with care and balance. Throughout, if you like, you can also close your eyes. And feel the weight on your heels. Okay. Now you're going to tilt to the left side. And feel the weight on the outside side of the foot, of the left foot. And then to the right. Okay. I quickly showed you. Now let's do it with more awareness. Close your eyes and follow my instructions. Grounding. Okay. Is my audio, can you all hear me? Quick check. Yes, no, yes, no. Why? Yes. Okay. I think, okay. Okay, Rutuja Bhoir, I think it is at your end. You can check setup in your Zoom. Okay. So let's do it with more awareness right now. Can we take the questions at the end so that we can just go with the whole flow? Please note down your questions so that we can go with the whole flow, if you don't mind. Yes. So legs apart. And you're breathing naturally here. You're not like focusing on inhale, exhale, what I have to do. Just deep. If you are used to some breath work, continue with deep breaths or natural breaths. The awareness more is downward energy, the earth, Prithvi. So keep your focus more on the feet and breathe naturally. Okay, close your eyes. Keep your palms facing inside to your thighs and just tilt forward. Keep breathing naturally and lean back. Keep your awareness on how it feels when your body weight is not equally distributed. Now center. Lean to the left. Center. To the right. And center. Now, when you come to the center, you need to actually feel that, oh, wow, now I feel that my whole feet is grounded. So just try to see whether you were always putting more weight on the toes or heels or side. So try to distribute your body weight equally and feel that grounding. Now, as you do this, as you stand here for a few seconds, as you finish tilting left, right, forward, back, stand with your chest open, shoulders should be down, tuck your pelvic in a little bit, and lengthen your spine a bit more and stand here and breathe. It's very super quick practice. Forward tilts, back, side, other side, and few seconds of grounding with just improve your posture here. Roll your shoulders back, bring them down, open your chest, palms facing inward. Lengthen your spine. Very good. Now, this is Prithvi. This really makes us feel connected with Mother Earth, grounding ourselves in the present moment. Simple practice, but very effective. The next practice is now coming, flowing. We are flowing to the water element, where we will do some Sukshma Vyayam mentioned in the yogic practices. So we'll start with some arm movements, Hasta Sanchalan. So bring your arms to the sides. You can take hip width apart distance. And everyone can do this. If you have frozen shoulder, just take care of about your range of motion. Inhale, arms up. And interlace your hands together. Stretch your arms up to the ceiling. And exhaling down. Inhale, arms up. Lock your hands while you exhale. Inhaling, stretch once again up. Exhale down. Inhale deeply up. If you want, you can also look up. Stretch. Exhale down. Use your breath nicely, then more fluidity will come in your body. Inhaling up. Interlace your hands like this. Turn your palms up to the ceiling. Stretch. Exhale down. You can exhale through your mouth if you want, or your nose. Inhaling up once again. Stretch. Exhale down. Inhaling up. Stretch. Exhaling down. This is a little dynamic. We're not doing it slowly, right? Now, keep the same distance. Raise your left arm up, palm facing to the right, and bend to the right side. Inhaling center. Exhaling. Bring your hand down with your palm facing down. Inhaling up, the right arm. Exhaling to the left. Inhaling center. Exhaling down. Inhaling left arm up. Bend to the right with exhale. Inhaling center. Exhaling down. Up. Remember, as a beginner, if you think that I don't remember this inhale and exhales, simple rule. Whenever you are going towards the gravity, you exhale. Against, you inhale. Continue doing this. When the chest is open, you inhale. And when the chest is closed, you exhale. Or simply doing deep breaths. Starting any action, breathe in. Next action, breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Once again, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And remember, water element does not like techniques. So I have nothing much to say left, right. Okay, I just said that so that we can systematically do something together. But it's okay. Start with any side, no problem. So ideally, we are trying to do 6 rounds on each side of every practice. You can go from fast to moderate pace, but with breath. That's very important. And mind. Keep your mind wherever you feel the stretch. The next one is rope pulling, Rajju Akarshanasana. Okay. And this brings energy for the whole flow now that we're going to do further, brings us also in a mode where we are more attentive towards our meditation, our chanting, and we are more enthusiastic. Rope pulling. So make a tight fist. When you go up, pull the fist down. So I'll just adjust my screen a bit more. You can see my arms. See. So when my hands are going up, they are open. When they come down, I'm making a fist. And you have to visualize. Rajju Akarshan means you have to visualize you have two ropes in front of you. And you want to pull these ropes down with all the strength. Do it with me, I suggest. There is no food restriction to this practices unless and until you are strongly have pitta or acidic, you get burps while moving. Otherwise, it's safe to do it. No problem. Okay. I did around 12 and little more rounds to show you. And after this, we go to Kati Chakrasan. Little variation I'm going to show you, but here, because there's a whole big science around somatic movement that has come in the West, which is nothing but movements like this to release any kind of stiffness, emotions, tension out from the body. So increase the distance for this one. Bring your arms in shoulder line. And we know this, right? Through yoga practices, Kati Chakrasan. So exhaling, twist, inhaling, center. If you're doing it fast, then just keep breathing deeply. Now, okay, first few rounds you did systematically. Now I want you all to loosen up your arms and adjust the distance as per your liking and literally sway as if you are releasing all the tension the way you want. You can go a little forward here. You can raise your arms up. You can take your, this is your time now. This movement is very intuitive in nature for the whole thing. Like it really brings warming up action to all your muscles of the back at the same time, just releasing and shaking. You want to shake your hands, you can do that. You want to shake your shoulders, you can do that. This helps in releasing any stiffness, tension out from the body. Okay. So do this as long as you want. Okay. Nice. Shaking like this, whatever. This is very intuitive. So please feel free to follow, not me, but your own body. Okay. The next one now is now for the legs and spine. So the next practice is the windshield wiper or Baddha Konasana variation. So here you can bring both of your legs apart like this. I'll show you from side, you will understand more. So see, I've kept my legs apart, not at a hip line, wider than hips, a little closer to hips, depending on your comfort, and slowly take both the knees to one side. This looks like windshield wiper, right? So that's why it's called that way. So this is very important. If you have severe knee pain issues, just see how it feels, or you can wait, pause, and we can address this at the end. Okay, so doing this also 6 times on each side. It's very good. And the last one requires you to lie down on the back. This is the Setu Bandhasan, the bridge pose, with the same distance, slightly reduced but hip width apart distance. So let your knee and ankle be in the same line. And you have to lift your hips up and down 6 times. So lifting the hips up with inhale, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Very nice. Perfect. So from here, we'll move to the fire element now. And for this, we will do Bastrika breath with an intention. That's extremely important. Okay. So doing with the intention is the most essential part of this whole flow. So sit comfortably with your back straight. Okay, this is one of the swastikasana that is recommended also for meditation. And now from here, you're going to inhale and exhale with a rapid manner, but very important is setting an intention. Through this practice, your intention setting goes like this, that I am releasing everything from my body and mind that is not helping me or not serving me. So this is a very important sankalp that you have to take. when you do this. If you don't do that, then it's just the mechanical benefits. So take a sankalp, and when you exhale, you actually visualize pranically that things are leaving. Okay, so keeping your back straight, sitting upright, and how it goes is breathing in and breathing out, swinging the arms back. Don't keep it very tight. Keep your arms loose. So now close your eyes, connect with your intention once again, and let's begin. All right, exhale, relax. What we are doing around 20 to 30 rounds, depending on your level of practice in the past. If you are already doing some pranayam like this, you can do up to 30 strokes also. Usually we don't talk in between like this. The whole sequence goes like with a pause. But because we are discussing some things in between, otherwise what you can do between two rounds now, we'll also go for second round. Between these two rounds, you can just ground yourself and see how energetic the whole body and mind feels. Again, connect with your intention of creating a space now. Because you release, you also create a space for more joy, love, and enthusiasm for the chanting, right? And action taking. So with that nice intention, let's do the second round. Great. Exhale and relax. Lovely. Let's go for the third and the last round. For those who have uncontrolled hypertension, blood pressure, you should not extend the rounds. You can just do one round and see how it feels. And now, again, connecting with our intention of emotional release and creating space to open up more and find our energy and enthusiasm for chanting. Let's begin the third round. Wonderful. Exhale, relax. Immediately moving on to the next. Let just one breath be taken in and out, and then close your right nostril with your thumb now. We're moving to the air element immediately as there's openness right now. Closing the right nostril with the right hand's thumb. Take a deep breath in through the left. Close the left nostril and exhale through the right. Try to make your exhalations longer. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. Inhaling right, left. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. And slowly bring your hand down. So 3 rounds of this. And now from here, we will get into the next practice immediately after putting the hand down. We can take Dhyana Mudra for more focus and concentration throughout our process. And we are going to now rotate our consciousness with our breath, visualizing flowing from the base of the spine to crown of the head while inhaling, and exhalation from crown to base of the spine. Okay. So I hope you got it. While you will do this, you can also mentally repeat the affirmations or sankalp, right? So let's begin first. Try to fix your consciousness around this thing. So now exhale completely and inhale from root to crown And exhale, visualizing from crown to root. Inhale, root to crown. And exhale, crown to root. Wonderful. Continue inhaling and exhaling the same way. And try to fix your awareness around from root to crown, crown to root. And as you do this, you can repeat this mentally with your natural breath, or if you've found your nice way of root to crown, if you feel more concentrated, you can keep it that way, or you can come back to your natural breath and just say in your mind that my mind is fully absorbed in the divine sound of the mantra. I feel profound joy and inner peace with each syllable of the mantra. This mantra purifies my heart and deepens my connection to the divine. And whenever you feel ready now, you can rub your palms together, still keeping your eyes closed. And try to give some prana to any weak parts. If you think it's shoulder, back, wherever it is, give some prana. Or you can bring the warmth on your face, cup your eyes. This is very important for Agya Chakra stimulation, cupping the eyes so that your chanting gets better. And then bring your hands down, surrendering this whole practice of Panchamahabhuta to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, expressing our gratitude to our gurus, teachers, parents, families, Mother Earth, and to all those beings who have helped us in our lives at some point. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy. And thank you. So you see, with this mood, and then immediately you don't have to wait, take a break, big breaks. I mean, you can take needful breaks and just start with your chanting, and you're already like physically little energetic, mentally calm. Emotion release happens so that we don't go back and forth to the same resentment, anger, and all of that. Yeah. Yeah, this video will be shared, and to do a little bit more help to all of you, since this is the first time this is happening for all of you, and we are very excited to also make a nice small kind of practice card which actually quickly gives you a bird eye around what practices and steps, so you don't have to actually all the time memorize the video and everything. Okay, so I hope you felt little rejuvenated by the whole flow. uh, I'll be really happy if maximum of you can try this, apply this, and give me the feedback of whether it works or not. uh, Many of our yoga participants have started doing meditation post this practice and are benefited, but I also want to know from many more, so that let this go out, spread wild like a wildfire, that okay, I've found one beautiful tool to enhance my bhakti, to improve on my chanting, and I'll be so really really blessed if I get such feedbacks from you. So please sincerely do this. Now I'm done from my side. I will open up for a few minutes of uh, question answers. Okay, I'll take up this chat question. Crown to root. So when you breathe in, visualize as if you're breathing from the base of the spine to crown of your head. And from crown of your head, you're exhaling. While exhaling, visualize you're exhaling from the crown to the base of the spine. This is a visualization, might take little practice. If this gets too complicated for you, just work on simple deep breaths. That's also equally good. Okay. I'll take Ram Badra Prabhu's question. He had, I think, at the beginning as well. So yes, Prabhu, please.
Uh, Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for this
Hare
method. I've been trying it also from Sachinandan Maharaj book, this practice. So
Wonderful.
how is that different from what you have explained today?
It's very similar, Prabhuji,
Uh,
because he also spoke about the entire prayojan, that how devotee starts sitting for the practice, the breathing. So it's very same. It's just that I found some of the practices through my own experiences since past 10 years around chakras and Panchamahabhut. So they are structured slightly differently. So please feel free to practice anything that aligns your body, breath, and mind. this is the main concept. That's it.
Yeah.
Then you can have it in a different way, served in a different pattern. Everything is fine.
Just one other thing to add.
Yes.
Can this whole write-up about the theory part and the practice can be in a written
Yes.
format so that you can
Yes,
start?
we are doing it, Prabhuji. That's the goal. We are giving a very systematic write-up with scientific benefits of this practice, along with pranic benefits and the stages. So very much in process, and we will be doing it so that we can impact more devotees
Yeah.
who are struggling with
Yeah.
chanting.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you very much. Much grateful and obliged.
Yes. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. Yes, this is recorded and we will be also sharing the recordings. So Priya Chaitanya Prabhu had posted one link on this group. If you can just, rather I would repost it again. So join this. If you're part of our community already, you will receive one link on those groups too. And I'm very grateful. Thank you so much for all the feedback. I'm thanking for the session. I'm very grateful for your enthusiasm. Can breathing techniques be done during menstruation periods? Very nice question. Basrika, you do it little gently. Yeah, Basrika part you can do gently. Just try to do it. Don't try to inhale and exhale fully, deeply. Rest, everything can be done. No problem at all. Because these movements, in fact, will also help you feel better. But intense Bastrika or Agni Kriya is not recommended. So instead, you can do for just energizing, opening the chest, mild Bastrika is fine. Thank you for that question. It's very important. So Nadi Shodhan Pranayam, for those who are familiar with this, Nadi Shodhan Pranayam goes with alternate nostril breathing, left inhale, right exhale, right inhale, left exhale. This comes around one round and we are doing up to 3 rounds of this. In that whole round, if possible, gradually try to work on making your exhalations longer because this improves or switches you to parasympathetic nervous system, which is more clear head, calm and relaxed state for meditation. So exhalations can be longer, 3 rounds of alternate nostril breathing, inhaling left, exhaling right, exhaling left. So I knew more subtle, deeper questions come because we are catering to mixed audience here. And I'm very happy to do that, of course, with some being absolute beginners with all this stuff around breath work. Some are already practitioners, some are just learning the new flow today. So we will structure it in a write-up and a card which gives you, like you can keep it in front of you and just practice it before. Yes, we'll share in the WhatsApp group for everyone. My exhalation is not longer. How can I improve? With practice. Try to lie down on your back, Mona, and raise your belly up and down with every practice. So lying down on the back um, can really quickly switch your faulty breathing patterns or shallow breathing, or you are a stress breather, like we don't breathe in fully till the lower lobes of our lungs, right? Sometimes. So all this lying down, conscious breathing, chest and belly expands. So do at least 5 rounds every day, morning, evening. Remember and do it. See, your breath will improve. I hope that helps. Your Insta ID to get more connected. I don't know how to post the link right away. It's not on my laptop. It's Yogapathy by Aarti. That's my Instagram ID. We have Govardhan School of Yoga as well. Or Govardhan Eco Village page. If you follow, you'll also get updates around our courses and everything. So it's Govardhan Eco Village, Govardhan School of Yoga, and my personal ID is Yogapathy by Aarti. Yes, syllables of the mantra. Amanda, that's correct. So this is a very good question again. Um, we do not recommend these practices for children below 12 because they're really subtle and pranic. So just Vilom is fine. Chakra Swashan and Basrika not for children at this age. Rest everything they can do, centering they can do, movements they can do. Just skip Basrika part and Chakra Swashan. Deep breathing is fine. You can convert Chakra Swashan into deep breathing. That's absolutely fine. And from 12 to 16, teenagers, 12 to 16 age, please monitor. Please monitor their emotions and mind. How are they taking it in? How do they feel after breath work? If they want to do it, it's advisable and okay for them to do. But still, with their growing, around puberty and emotions, sometimes this pranic practices can also make them little delusional around emotions and stuff happening around. So take care. Observe their pattern. If they feel a little overwhelmed or crying a lot, uh, you should reduce the rounds or minus few practices. Yeah. And more questions. Chakra Shvasan, from base of the spine where we have our root chakra to crown chakra. So for those who are new to chakra, I totally get it. It's like a little complex for you to understand. But from base of the spine, visualize the breath is going up, up, up to the crown of your head. From the crown of your head, it's going to the base. So when I say root, I meant base of the spine. Okay. More questions? Which direction is good for meditation? Yeah, our regular east, north, northeast. So that's the good practice. But I think with chanting and these practices, it's okay. Just find your safety within your own body. And then if you don't have favorable directions anytime, it's also fine. Best time to practice, just like our chanting. Whenever you do your chanting, you're sitting for, let's say if you're sitting for, you have planned now that I want to do really lot of rounds in one sitting, this is the best practice. If you're splitting your chanting into just one round, two rounds, then you don't want to spend 15 minutes for one round, right? This is mainly for those who want to meditate beyond 10 minutes, 20 minutes, hours. So that will be good. If it's very late in the evening, I would not recommend the whole flow, to be honest, because we don't want the energization that happens with Agni practices. Bastrika is not recommended at night. So finish everything before 7 o'clock, 7 p.m., this movement and all, and then start chanting, even if you want to chant late. Right? Morning is the best because body is stiff. Mind is still sometimes fine, but the moment we start chanting, again, the mind can go here and there. So it's good in the morning. Yes, exhalation, Swatiji, should be longer than inhalation to activate parasympathetic nervous system, but that happens by practice. What you can aspire for now is at least make your inhales and exhales equal for now and slowly longer. So all these things I'll also mention in that card, ratios, because it was just the first time with mixed group. I never wanted to give some fixed ratios. Otherwise, some beginners would have felt like little congestion around chest too, or forced breathing. Okay, great. It was, yes, you'll all get the recording sessions on the group that you are in. Yes. Thank you very much. I am so feeling extremely fortunate to become an instrument here to share these practices so that even if little bit you can improvise and your chanting becomes better, I am so glad I'll get so many blessings. So thank you very much. And please share this with as many as possible. You please practice and please give your feedbacks that whether it helps in improving your chanting. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.